All right, the kids are at school. I've got laundry going. I've finished the dishes. So it's time to make a quick little video as requested. This is my one and only Rolex. And I can tell you a few things about it, but I'm hoping watch people out there see this video and maybe add a little bit more information. I purchased this particular watch at a little estate sale down the hill. The lady who had passed didn't have local relatives, and her niece and nephew were in from California to sell off her house. Now, this lady had immaculate taste, and she had very nice things in this house, and they were just here to get rid of it all. I actually showed up to this estate sale late. I expected I wouldn't find much of anything, but I walked out of it with a pile of silver, a fistful of gold, and this thing for $7. So when people ask me what's the best deal you ever got, this is probably the best deal I've ever gotten. Now, when I grabbed this, I didn't realize it was a Rolex. I didn't even realize it was a watch. It was sitting in a pile of jewelry. And what I spotted was the gold bracelet. So I'm going to take it off here real quick. Just pop this puppy off. You can see it literally is just a 14 karat gold bracelet. It's not anything more special than that. Other than the fact that it also has a beautiful little watch on the end of it. You can see that it's a very nice little bracelet. And when I found it, it was looking like that in a pile of jewelry. So I thought, oh, you know what? This catch is a good sign anytime you're looking at a pile of jewelry, particularly when there is a little mark on it, which is hard to see in this case, on the little lobster clasp, which I don't think is on this one. I think it's right there. But this is actually 14 karat, and if you look at the back of the case here, you can also see 14 karat. So the case is 14 karat, the bracelet is 14 karat, and the watch itself, as I understand it, dates from the early 1950s. Apparently these were quite popular right about then, and it is, from my research, the smallest, what do you watch people call it? You call it inside a movement, I believe. I believe this is the smallest movement Rolex ever made. And this particular one has obviously been sitting in there for a long time. I have had the back off once just to verify that it looked legit, and it is legit. It's been serviced a number of times, which you can tell by the little watchmaker's markings in it. But I don't believe it's been serviced very recently at all. The thing about these is that they are probably the least of all Rolexes, more or less. At least the least of all mechanical Rolexes, I'll say that much. Because they're so tiny, they're almost unusable. I mean, these days, how many people are actually going to use this as a watch? It really is a piece of jewelry, and a very nice piece of jewelry. But that's effectively what it is. And from what I've been able to find online, Rolex collectors like these, but they're not going to pay serious money for one. And this particular watch is probably going to stay in my collection or accumulation or dragon hoard, which is probably the most correct term, until I find the right person to really appreciate it. I know there's somebody out there, there's going to be somebody in my life who really loves this and really, really loves this. And then this will go to them so that they can actually enjoy this as it was meant to be enjoyed. I hate to say it, but odds are if I were to sell this, it would probably have the movement removed, and then the whole thing would be scrapped for the gold content, because the value of this, as near as I can tell, is about melt weight, something close to melt weight. I've been offered less than melt for it when I initially got it and was trying to figure out how much one of these things is worth. And I decided, no, we don't want this thing melted down. We want this thing to be enjoyed by someone. And that is the story of how I found a Rolex at a garage sale, and still my first and only Rolex. I'm hoping someday to find one that I actually would like to use, but you never know. The thrift shop and garage sale gods are fickle. And the thing about a Rolex is that everyone knows what a Rolex is. It it kind of doesn't matter who you talk to. When you hear Rolex, you know nice watch. And I highly doubt that I will ever be able to get a Rolex at a garage sale within my price point, unless it's at the bottom of some box or something. But stranger things have happened. I mean, this is my less than $7 Rolex, so maybe I'll find a good one that I can actually use. That's a much larger Rolex that would be more functional. If you have anything to add, I would love to hear it. I've only been able to find so much on this particular watch, and I looked up. There's a number inside, and the best I could figure was it was maybe 1951, but it was a little unclear to me how to figure that out. Aside from, I guess I can write off to Rolex and ask them, which I suppose would probably be a pretty fun thing to do with this. Although I might not bother until I find someone who's going to love and appreciate this, at which point I'll get that factory information and provide that with the watch as I gift it to them. I hope you are having a great day, and if you want to see more watch content, stay tuned. I was just fishing around and found another box of watches. I'll upload a video for that too here shortly. I hope you're having a great day.